morning, guys. So today we're actually going to be doing a little bit different stuff here today on the Eclipse. So this one's actually going to be starting to turbo intercooler and all the piping for today. So I'm going to try to get this out of the way and then actually start doing some clutch equipment and then some wiring here eventually in the future. But right now I got to get this situated before I do anything else, because I've kind of been back and forth with my cars, as you can tell. So let's get to it. So there's our intercooler. The two-sided one, due to the way this is going to be run, is going to be a lot simpler running on this side instead of going all that way, because you're going to actually end up doing a lot of piping. So this is actually going to work out perfect, since the intake's right here and it'll be easy to route the piping there, and gives me more room for other stuff over here. And also over there you got the turbo sides. And also, guys, I don't know if you've seen in the last few videos, I've been doing all the coolant stuff all situated in place. This is going to be perfect. It's not going to be actually in the way of anything, possibly for the sensor side, but not too crazy there. So I'll figure that out eventually. And other than that, I mean, it's all coming together, and not even much left to this car, but either way, just a lot of little things, and as you can tell, it adds up. So alright, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and pull this bumper off, and I'm gonna show you a few things that I had to do on here. But mine's already disconnected, so you don't have to disconnect yours. I did have to chop off my bracket here in the middle. Everything was in the way, and I took the support out of it, since we're gonna need it there. And we're gonna see how we're gonna mount this up, because I am gonna have to do some cutting here and there for the piping, so I'm not 100% sure just yet. First things first, you're gonna have to start marking up this. I'm doing that so I can have it nice and even, and then also up here, I want to make sure it's all right here and without any issues. So as you can tell, I marked them right here and over there, and then up top as well. I have this in place, so I'm going to be using this to keep everything even with all the marks there. As you can tell, it lines up right there, lines up over here, and it's actually the same size as this radiator. So alright, so I decided to figure out the measurements over here. The mounting points for this one to that one over there is 16.5. And same over here, I decided to measure out from the bottom. So 16.5 from this little dot to the one over here. That's where I'm going to be putting my brackets at and seeing how they go. But from there to there, that's from here to over here, that's 4.5. Same from over here, from here to there, it's 4.5. So that's actually evens out everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making a bracket and see how it fits there. As you can tell, I think it's gonna be going just like that, same height there. It's gonna be enough so I can cover the hole in the bumper there, so it actually looks pretty neat. So right here, I have it nice and even, and as you can tell from here to there to the mounting point, it's about 9 inches. Same on this side, it'll be right around 9 inches. So I'm going from support here to support there, that's all 9 inches there, so it's all nice and even. I'm gonna go ahead and start making some brackets here, and I'm debating where I'm gonna make them from or have them, but I think what I'm gonna do is probably have them mounted up towards over here in the bottom, right between here, so I can actually hold it in place up top instead of going out that way. Because over here on this side, I won't be actually able to support it really good. So my only bet right now is do some rods right here, from here to over here, and I should be good. And as you can tell, already some pre-made holes right here where I can actually just put some nut certs in and make it work. Just like that, it's nice and perfect. It's perfect right there, as you can tell. From there to the radiator, it's 5 1/4. Tell there, 5 1/4 right there, perfectly too. So I think that should be the great spot for it. And over here, I'm gonna figure out the piping, but it's gonna go all the way around here, and it'll just be enough clearance for the bumper to clear. It'll be a lot better. So let's keep doing it. I'm gonna try to get as much video as possible, because I kind of get a little bit distracted. And right now, as you can tell from here, I'm going to be going brackets from there to there and from here to there, and it'll be just nice and even. So it'll be perfect just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do some mesh. Just like that, guys. Perfect in there, perfect there. And yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Let me go ahead and mount these up real quick. And there you go, guys. This brackets are gonna be cleaned up like I said, but as you can tell, nice and sturdy, not going anywhere, all nice and even as well. So I'm really happy with it. All I'm gonna have to do here is just slightly trim up right here in the inside, probably be about a quarter of an inch or half an inch, not a lot. It doesn't really interfere a lot with it, but either way, I'd rather have it nice and fit without any problems later on. So either way, it's nice and neat there how I need it. So guys, as you can tell, I'm gonna have to chop off a little bit there, so I'm gonna go ahead and start marking here, which I already did. Let's go ahead and chop this off real quick and check fitment again. So now that that's all cut up, I have a mess over here. Let's go ahead and test fit it, and hopefully it fits. So cut off about a 3/4 of an inch. Not too much, but either way. So you can tell this will still go there, but it's so tight and there's a lot of pressure over here. That means I'm gonna have to cut off another inch or so just to make sure it's all good. But let's go ahead and pull it apart again and do the last cut. Now it's finally in place. No kind of interference in there, just slightly, but it's not enough to actually put a lot of pressure from it going into the sides over here for the bumper bracket. So same over here, nice and even, no issues at all whatsoever. But either way, guys, I think I'm gonna do the rest later on for all the piping here, because I'm still gonna add the throttle body, all the other stuff in there. And yeah, I'm gonna have to continue on doing that, and I'm gonna have to do some cutting here. I'm not sure just yet, but other than that, guys, I mean, I'm hoping you're enjoying this build. I have so much other things going on as well, so stay tuned, guys. So now let's cut to the next parts. Decided to put the intercooler pipe in here, or at least have it mocked up. I'm gonna give myself another hour or so to work on this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that throttle body. I have everything for that. I'm gonna mock it up and go from there. But I'm gonna have to do a few things here for this fuel line. I gotta add my what you call it, fuel regulator there. I'm gonna do that a little bit later on, not right now. But we'll get all this first and then start doing the piping. Alright guys, now everything's in place, as you can tell, but I'll show you here in a second of how things are going to be here and what I'm going to be using. So first things first, let's pull this off. Alright guys, so for right here, what we got going on is, so this one, I'm going to show you here in a second where I got these from, but the way this one is actually from a 420A Eclipse turbo kit, which we do have. I'll leave you the part number below. And this one and that one, and all the couplings are blue, plus a couple of them I did order just for the kit. As you can tell, that one has one there, and then also this one right here. So basically we have another 90 over there, 45 right here. This is a 600 millimeter length, then another 90 over here, which I do have another one on the way. This one is actually just for mock-up, and it actually came out perfect, and you'll see here in the next few minutes. But first things first, I also do have another 2.5, so you will need an extra 45 here and 45. So there's gonna be 3 45s, and then three of these streets, and another one over here for your throttle body side. So well, here's the whole entire turbo kit for an Eclipse, a 428 Eclipse. There's a certain part number because I've seen a few of them with different piping, and this one just happened to work for what I need it for. I'll pull up the link and I'll send it. I'll leave it in the description below. But sorry, there's a mess here. But you're only gonna need those 2 pipes that I showed you for the top itself. All of this stuff is just spare stuff I'm not gonna be needing at all. So all right, so let's continue on to the next thing and start mounting it in place. So first things first, you're gonna grab your pipe here, and first make sure you put that coupling in first. And as you can tell, this right here will sit right up in here. Let's see, just like that. No issues at all. It actually does clear your column here, your motor mount, your trans side, and all that once you have it mounted or clocked right where it needs to be. I'll show you the next one. Is going to be a quick thing for you guys. I'm not going to go into too much details. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this over to this, and this will be actually mounted right in here, just like that. So this one's actually where my blow off valve is going to be at. All right, so now got that pipe in here. As you can tell, for the intercooler, your 45 here. Yeah, right. It doesn't work that way, does it? Slide a bitchy. And mid. You see how simple it is? I mean, I still got to mock up everything because I do have a few things that are going to be moving. That goes up more. That goes in. It's perfect. And then the fog light Delito.
There's that.
There's gonna be more of an angle on this one. Can I go ahead and put that up there on that other pipe?
I don't think it's gonna bend.
Move the back pipe.
Oh, thanks.
Just like that, guys. Goes in place. No issues at all whatsoever. But yeah, like I said, this is all gonna come back out. Got new pipes here, and we're gonna be checking the clutch fitment next for the next video. So fuck this. All right, guys. So as you can tell, it's all back in place. I did that just so I can show you how it went. All right, so I do have a few measurements I'm gonna show you here for the pipe in here from this 45 that I did order, and also on the piping itself for this bottom one right here that came with a kit. I did cut a few inches off of that one just to make sure it fit really good. So I'm gonna show you that real quick in the next clip. All right, guys, so as you can tell, when I'm doing this intercooler pipe right here, as you can, this pipe's gonna have to be shortened because I don't want this thing to be really tight, and I actually want this pipe to go up a little bit more. So right now I have that marked like right here, that there, and as you can tell, I have about 6 inches left over here on this side, so I'm gonna have to chop it out because this actually fits really tight if I have it over here, and it's gonna be hitting the bumper. I kind of want to get it away, so what I'm doing here is actually marking it down. Gonna chop it off right here. This is where the end of the actual coupling here will end, so I'll just cut back over here just to give me enough room for any mess ups. Sit here, it's gonna go just like that. Right now it's at night, so I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow, and then see if my buddy can actually put a bead on it so it doesn't come back off. And this, I'm gonna have to order a new pipe here. I'm using one of the intake pipes here. Guys, so as you can tell, this pipe's going to be going right in here. I'm going to make a mark just right here enough so it can give me more room to cut more. But this pipe will be going from the intercooler to the backside for the turbo. And as you can tell, just right there, it's going to be going right over this. And the other one's going to be just fine. The other one's already set in place basically, but other than that, guys, we should be good. All right, guys, so now that I have these pipes here, I'm here at the storage unit. I'm gonna cut these off, and as you can tell on this pipe itself, depending on how you have it set up, I think the long side first, you're gonna be cutting off around 4.5 inches from here, all the way over here. So as you can tell, I'm leaving just a little bit extra just in case, if anything, just to make sure if it's too long still, I can always cut a little bit more. But let's go ahead and cut this up. Alright, so now that that piece is cut, it's right over there. We'll go ahead and start cutting this one off. And this piece, I'll show you in the description below of what pipe I'm using and the part number for this one. But I am going to be cutting right over here and then checking it when I go back home. I'll make sure I cut everything over there, but I'm just trying to get it like a fine fitment close enough where I can actually be really precise with it. So let's go ahead and measure this, and I'll show you how much I'll be cutting off of this pipe. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's see. Right at 7 inches, I'm going to be cutting off of this pipe. And I think it should be only on one side. This side over here, I'm actually might have to cut it, but not 100% sure just yet. I want to get it, like I said, close enough where it should be, but 7 inches is going to be it. Should be as much as you're gonna do. I mean, the thing was pretty simple, but it wasn't too expensive, nothing crazy. So, and as you can tell, it looks really good and clears everything completely, like I said, and it's easy to get to everything back here. Doesn't get in the way of the shifter linkage there, or the throttle body, or anything underneath there. And same back there, clears the steering column and everything there. So yeah, guys, other than that, we are going to be putting an intake here somewhere. I'm not sure just yet, but it might be running around this way and putting out this way. But from there over here, who knows? But so that should be it for this car today. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. But hopefully you enjoyed the build, and here soon I am going to be checking clutch fitment just to make sure everything works properly, and then we're going to actually be pulling engine back out and start getting this car prepped up and painted and doing so much other work on it. But enjoy, guys.